Today, we will walk through, step by step, how to register an ApS company in Denmark and what you need to be aware of to ensure a smooth and compliant start. An ApS, or Anpartsselskab, is a private limited liability company and one of the most common corporate structures in Denmark, particularly suitable for small and medium-sized businesses and for international founders seeking an EU presence. The process is relatively streamlined, but there are specific legal, financial, and practical requirements you must meet. We will cover the key prerequisites, the actual registration workflow on the Danish Business Authority's platform, and the immediate obligations that follow incorporation. Before you start the formal registration, you need clarity on 4 fundamentals: your company's name, its purpose, its ownership structure, and its financial setup. The company name must be unique in Denmark and end with ApS. It should not infringe on existing trademarks or be misleading. You can search for existing company names via the Danish Central Business Register to confirm availability. Your company's purpose, or formål, should be articulated clearly but can be kept relatively broad, for example, stating the primary business activities while allowing for reasonable future expansion. At the ownership level, you must decide who will be shareholders and who will act as management. An ApS needs at least one founder, who can be an individual or a legal entity, Danish or foreign. Management can consist of a single executive director, but some companies also choose to establish a board of directors. All individuals in management and any ultimate beneficial owners must be identified and later registered. From a financial perspective, the key requirement is share capital. An ApS must have a minimum share capital of 40,000 Danish kroner, which can be contributed in cash or, under certain conditions, as non-cash assets. Most founders opt for cash because it is simpler and avoids the need for a valuation report. Typically, you open a temporary business account with a Danish bank, deposit the share capital, and obtain bank documentation confirming that the capital has been paid in. This document will form part of your registration package. In parallel, you should prepare the company's founding documents. The core items are the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. The memorandum records the decision to establish the company and includes information about founders, share capital, and the subscription of shares. The articles set out the rules for the company's governance: the company name, registered address in Denmark, object, share capital and share classes, management structure, rules on general meetings, and any special provisions such as restrictions on share transfers. These documents need to comply with the Danish Companies Act, and for most founders it is advisable to work from a current legal template, adapted to your specific needs and reviewed by a Danish lawyer or corporate services provider to avoid inconsistencies or omissions. With your capital in place and your founding documents drafted, you are ready to register the company with the Danish Business Authority, known as Erhvervsstyrelsen. This is done digitally through the online system, typically via ragnum.dk. If you have a Danish NemID or MitID, you can log in and complete the process directly. If you are an international founder without Danish electronic identification, you will usually work through a local representative such as a lawyer, accountant, or formation agent who has access to the system. During the registration process, you will enter the company's basic information: the proposed name, legal form as ApS, official address in Denmark, company purpose, share capital amount, and information on shareholders and management. You must also identify and register beneficial owners, meaning the individuals who ultimately own or control more than 25% of the shares or voting rights, or otherwise exercise control. Supporting documentation will be uploaded: the signed Memorandum of Association, the Articles of Association, and the proof of share capital deposit from your bank. For non-Danish founders or directors, copies of passports and address verification may be required, and documentation not in Danish or English might need translation. Once you have reviewed all details carefully, you submit the application electronically and pay the state registration fee. Processing times are typically short. In straightforward cases, approval and registration can often be completed within a few business days. When the ApS is registered, it receives a unique company registration number known as the CVR number. This number is the legal identifier of your company in Denmark and must appear on invoices, contracts, and official communications. However, your obligations do not end with obtaining the CVR. Immediately after registration, you need to determine when to register for VAT, known as MOMS, and employer obligations. If your turnover exceeds the current VAT threshold, or you expect it to do so, you must register for VAT via the same online platform. If you intend to hire employees, you must register as an employer for payroll tax, social contributions, and withholding obligations. You should also transition from the temporary capital account to a full commercial bank account and ensure that all company funds are clearly separated from personal finances. On the governance side, you must keep a shareholder register and maintain updated information on beneficial owners. You should implement basic internal controls, such as clear signing rules for the company, and ensure that management understands their duties under Danish law, including responsibilities around solvency, bookkeeping, and timely filing of annual reports. Denmark requires proper bookkeeping and the preparation and filing of annual financial statements, generally in electronic format, with deadlines dependent on the company's chosen financial year. Many ApS companies, especially when foreign-owned or operating across borders, appoint a local auditor or at least work closely with a Danish accountant to ensure compliance with accounting standards, tax rules, and filing requirements. While smaller ApS entities can opt out of statutory audit under certain thresholds, they still must maintain accurate records. For international founders, there are a few additional considerations. You may need to obtain a Danish tax number for foreign directors or shareholders in some contexts, and you should assess any tax treaty implications between Denmark and the home country of the owners. Furthermore, you should be aware of substance requirements. For example, having real decision-making and activity in Denmark can be important for tax and regulatory purposes, rather than treating the ApS purely as a formality. In practice, this could involve holding board meetings in Denmark, having local management, or maintaining operational functions locally. If your business operates in regulated sectors, such as financial services, healthcare, or certain types of technology, you may also need licenses or approvals beyond the basic company registration. Across the entire process, the overarching recommendation is to plan thoroughly and document carefully. Define your ownership and governance structure in advance. Ensure that your capital and founding documents meet legal standards. Complete the online registration accurately, and quickly put in place the necessary tax and accounting infrastructure once your CVR number has been issued. By following these steps and by leveraging local professional support where appropriate, you can establish an ApS in Denmark efficiently, benefiting from a transparent regulatory environment, access to the EU market, and a business culture that strongly favors compliance, clarity, and long-term value creation.